restore what was broken. Praise God for His faithfulness. In economic uncertainty, this truth anchors us, that God's faithfulness remains constant. Lamentations 3:22-23 declares, "Great is thy faithfulness." Hebrews 13:8 reminds us, Jesus Christ the same yesterday and today and forever. Deuteronomy 7:9 teaches, "Know therefore the Lord thy God, He is God, the faithful God." History shows God promised after 70 years in Babylon, He would return His people back home. Jeremiah 29:10-14. His faithfulness is evident through promises kept and a faithful remnant during exile. We are unfaithful. Unfaithfulness can take many forms: neglecting God, chasing idols, or doubting. This leads to spiritual consequences. Recognize the ruins. Nehemiah recognized the ruin and acted. He saw the truth and spoke it, stating, "Ye see the distress that we are in." Nehemiah 2:17. Address the brokenness in our relationship with God. Acknowledging this is the first step to healing. Realizing the need for change is crucial. Seek spiritual awareness. Nehemiah noted Jerusalem's desolation, the broken walls and burned gates. The people were discouraged. Living in ruins is dangerous. Spiritually, it's perilous when bitterness becomes normal, inconsistency becomes routine, sin is tolerated. Proverbs 24:30-34 warns of neglect leading to ruin. Nehemiah refused to accept destruction as normal. He confronted the damage, responding to collective responsibility. Nehemiah called, "Let's build," Nehemiah 2:17. Ellen White states, Prophets and Kings, page 634, "God does not work miracles when means are available." Nehemiah sought resources from those able to help. God provides vision, but we must act. 1. Rebuilding begins. When we see clearly before walls rise, eyes must open. Jerusalem's decay was due to neglect. Spiritual ruins don't appear overnight, they grow when devotion fades. Ellen White says, "The stability of a nation, the church, the home, lies in spiritual purity." Education, page 229. God calls His people to see. Neglected prayer lives. Compromised standards. Worn down faith. Don't condemn. Restore. God rebuilds through consecrated people. Nehemiah had a plan, but the miracle was with the people who said, "Let us rise up and build." Ellen White notes, "The world needs men of integrity." Education, p. 57. Rebuilding requires clean hands, clear hearts, courageous faith. God seeks available builders, not perfectionists. Opposition is part of the blueprint. Rebuilding attracts resistance. Mockery and threats arose, yet the builders persisted. When they attempt to advance, Satan arouses opposition. Testimonies for the Church, Volume 5. If you face resistance, something eternal is at stake. Rebuilding is both spiritual and practical. Nehemiah prayed and organized, and he relied on God and posted guards. Faith and action go hand in hand. God promises restoration greater than the ruins. Isaiah 58:12 says, "They that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places." Joel 2:25 promises, "I will restore the years that the locust has eaten." Ellen White affirms God enables us to accomplish His will. Christ's Object Lessons, page 333. What God calls you to rebuild, He supplies grace to complete. This is not the hour to dwell among ruins. It is time to rebuild faith, homes, and mission. God calls, repairers of the breach, restorers of paths, builders for the last days. Rebuild, not in human strength, but in God's power. Get these 3 powerful books, The Mystery of Death, Will Freedom Endure, and God's Last Message of Mercy, by subscribing and calling 407-7117-2033 and email us at adventmessengers@yahoo.com. And thank you for watching.